Well, if you were one of those that were denying that Kel was the female Broly, you can't really deny it now, because it's not just the appearance that is like Broly, but it's also the dialogue and the fighting style. Just obvious references to Broly, because some of the lines that was in this episode, like, my power is overflowing, I'm like, that's straight up Broly. Like, that is straight up Broly's line. Or the whole, like, chest bomb. When you saw freaking Kaba just get nailed by a chest bomb, and he got launched into a wall, and you see the wall just dent in and all that, I'm like, that's Broly's movie. That's the first Broly movie. Well, I just witnessed. They're like, whoa, they're laying it on thick with all of these references to the Broly movie. And then it doesn't just stop there. It's also the aura, too. The little effect when, Kel was transforming, and you just saw how the entire area changed in colors and all that, and then you saw how the aura came in, it was all green. I'm like, they got the same aura color, the same fighting style, the same look, even some lines from Broly. I'm like, they just pretty much made Broly canon, but female Broly now. I'm like, bro, like, yo, so, yeah. I gotta admit, I'm pretty hyped for Kel. I know it's basically fan service, because of how many love Broly, even though Broly's backstory is kind of like, Like, I mean, I'm gonna be real here. Broly's backstory is kind of weak there. Like, let's just be real here. Yes, I like Broly. I love Broly. I love his movies. Loved his music. But his backstory and his motivation was kind of shit. Just, let's face the facts here. And so I'm kind of glad that Toei Animation didn't just, like, confirm Broly. They're making their own Broly. They're making their own Broly in Dragon Ball Super, and it has, a better character, and they can work with this character and make it a lot better. So, personally, I'm very happy with this, because Broly, even though a cool design, cool fighting style and all that, the motivation and what he wanted to do, it just wouldn't work if they were to make Broly, of all things, canon. So I'm glad that Broly is kind of somewhat been confirmed technically, or the form at the very least, with, Kel. So, Kel overall, like, when she looks at Kaba and she's like, you're first, I want to kill you first, I'm like, that is the line that Broly said to Goku or Kakarot. He's like, I want to kill you first, you're my first victim, Kakarot. I'm like, bro, like, when I heard her say that to Kaba, I'm like, that is a direct reference to it. So I feel like everybody most likely noticed these things. I highly doubt I'm the only one, because I mean, I know how the fan base is. They love Broly. I mean, everybody loved Broly's fighting style and all that. Really badass movies. And so I feel like everybody's probably going to be aware of that. But just in case you didn't, or you weren't aware at all, yeah, there you go. There's some very obvious references from the movies. So, besides that, though, besides, with the overall fighting style, the references and all that, let's talk about how Kel got this power. So, Kel's transformation automatically was very different from the normal Super Saiyan transformation. Let's not talk about the tingling sensation yet, or, just anger or whatever. Just the overall look of it, when she achieved that mode, that legendary Super Saiyan-like state, compared to regular Super Saiyan, you could see a complete difference in it. But also, the color and the aura, the ki, was way different compared to the normal Super Saiyan ki. Look at the ki of the Super Saiyan fight. When you see Kaba trying to fight back against Kel, you see how Kaba's, Super Saiyan aura, it looks like the normal Super Saiyan color. But then if you look at Kel, hers is kind of greenish, like a little bit of a green tint to it, which shows how different it is. So it's completely a different transformation. It is not the same transformation as, the regular Super Saiyan. So there is some core differences here, and she has tapped into something that hasn't been tapped in before, most likely. So Kel has her own probably path of, transformations that the other Super Saiyans don't have. So that's pretty cool when you think about it. But let's talk about the situation with how she achieved this power. So she didn't achieve it thanks to a tingling feeling in her back. She achieved it thanks to jealousy/anger, kind of similar how normal Saiyans are, which I do appreciate that fact, because I think we can all agree with the way Khalifa achieved her Super Saiyan form. We were all kind of like, after so many arcs and episodes of Dragon Ball Z, to where Goku and Vegeta had to train, Gohan had to train, and they had to go so far just to achieve Super Saiyan. You'd think it would have been a little bit harder for them to achieve something like that, which Obviously, when Goten and Trunks were introduced, it kind of turned Super Saiyan more into a joke. That's what was even said by Vegeta himself, like a child's plaything. He said that in the Buu saga, so it makes sense that would probably be easier since it's one of the weaker forms of, just Saiyans in general, but it's kind of saddening how they make Super Saiyan just so easy to achieve, especially with a tingling feeling in your back, which, like I said in last week's, episode, it does go along with pre-established, stuff we've seen from Dragon Ball with concentrating your ki in certain areas of the body. It's very weird for Super Saiyan to achieve that, but we have to remember that apparently, Khalifa, she is apparently a genius, so that's why she was able to achieve that form, and I would have been kind of pissed off, I would have been kind of pissed off if, Kel was able to achieve her Super Saiyan form. She had to go a different route, which makes me very happy. So she didn't achieve it thanks to the tingling feeling, she achieved it thanks to anger/jealousy, so I'm fine with that, even though it still was relatively easy for her to achieve, which that's a whole other problem in general. We gotta factor in that these Saiyans right here, they are probably some of the strongest Saiyans in their universe. We gotta remember that. They're probably crazy strong compared to other Saiyans, and they're geniuses or whatever, and so that would explain why they're able to achieve these forms. They just needed the method to how to unlock it. They always had the potential, just they didn't know how to unlock it, and they didn't know how to do it. So basically now they know they can do it with relative ease. So there you go. Now, besides Kel and Khalifa and Kaba and all that, what's going on with them, let's talk about what's going on with Goku. So, Frieza is back. It's been floating around the internet for a while now. I even made a video talking about it because I said my piece on it. I'm not gonna spend time focusing on my thoughts of how Buu was replaced or whatever. I'm not gonna focus on that. I just want to talk about the Frieza and Goku scene at the end of the episode, and I gotta be honest. Even though I don't feel that it's right to constantly bring Frieza back, I have to admit, that dialogue between Goku and Frieza was pretty fucking badass. I won't even begin to deny that. When I saw Goku just walk up to Frieza, he's talking to Frieza, Frieza's talking to him, and the way they just communicate, you can see that there is just this tension between them, and the way Frieza talks back to Goku and Goku talks back to him, you just see to where Goku's got his game face on. He's ready to get serious if something goes wrong. He's not playing around, he's not acting like a jokester, he's full on serious in that moment, and it was very refreshing. It reminded me of Goku in Dragon Ball Z when he used to face a constant amount of enemies, Frieza to Cell to Buu. He had that serious, face and always acted serious in a lot of moments throughout it, and I've been missing that, and seeing how Goku acted like that with Frieza, that was very refreshing. It reminded me of why I loved Goku in Dragon Ball Z, and seeing how he was acting to Frieza and all that, he wasn't dealing with Frieza's bullshit, and he was just saying straight up what he needed to say. I did appreciate that. I mean, I really like the fact when he walks up to Frieza, he cuts him down and all that, and he's like, I need you, and Frieza's like, oh, you want to use me for something? And then he's like, yeah, and he doesn't try to lie or whatever, cuts Frieza down, and basically he's like, I need you to join in the tournament, and then basically Frieza's like, no, I refuse, to cause some problems for Goku, because obviously Frieza's an asshole like that. Well, Goku's like, okay, fine, see, and he just walks off, he's not dealing with it, he's straight up not gonna deal with Frieza. He's not gonna sit there and beg Frieza to help him out and help the entire team. He just went there to check out if he wants to, and basically, he was one to just leave Frieza right there to rot in hell once again if he didn't agree. And I like how Frieza was like, oh shit, no, I'm just joking, I'm joking. I like how Goku called out his bluff. And I think Frieza himself was even surprised by that, just to see how Goku was like, I'm not dealing with your bullshit, Frieza, just don't even try this to me. And that was a really nice way to begin the exchange between these two characters. And as it continued on, basically, Frieza started to manipulate Goku. He's like, okay, so if I want to participate in this tournament, I have some conditions. Goku's like, look, are you really in a position right now to want something? Because, I mean, think about this. You're in hell, you cause so many problems, you're at the very least getting out of jail for 24 hours, you should be happy with that. Frieza's like, well, here's the thing, though. If you want me to participate, since you need me, I want to be resurrected. Resurrect me. And it doesn't need to be these Super Dragon Balls. Resurrect me with the regular Dragon Balls. So, this condition Frieza makes with Goku is very interesting because I feel like Frieza would probably uphold his end of the deal for a lot of reasons. Because, number one, Obviously, Frieza doesn't like hell. I mean, he doesn't want to repent, obviously, but he doesn't, like that place at all. So it's clear as day that he does not want to be there. And I feel like Frieza, being who he is, I feel like if he does try to something, it's going to be something that nobody else is going to really notice. He's going to be crusty behind the scenes. But Frieza, I feel like, would probably fall in line and would work for the most part. It would be kind of shaky or whatever. Frieza would probably still be an asshole. He'd probably slug Goku in the back of the head in the middle of a fight. But I feel like, overall, Frieza probably would fall in line because he doesn't want to be in hell. And he knows how Goku is. When Goku makes a promise or whatever, usually he keeps it. And so I feel like Frieza is understanding of this. He knows how Goku is. He knows his character. I mean, Frieza even admitted that he's like, you're my nemesis and all that. And in some way, there's like some mutual respect between these two characters. Even though they're mortal enemies, Frieza hates Goku, and Goku realizes Frieza will probably never change, they still have this, like, mutual bond to where they understand what probably each other wants. And Frieza is very aware of the type of person Goku is, and so he knows how to manipulate him and how to get what he wants. And since he knows Goku is someone like that, he's able to come back and get resurrected, because he knows Goku would uphold that if he made a deal. And then it doesn't just stop there as well. He also manipulates Goku even further, not just to get the promise out of him, but also to have a chance of fighting Goku once again. Frieza wasn't even trying to lie in that moment either. He wasn't even lying himself, even though he's an evil bastard, and he's one of the evilest people that Goku has ever came across in the series. He wasn't trying to lie to Goku. He's like, Goku, I know you're interested in my evolution, what I can become, and all that. I know you're very curious what could happen if I was to continue to train or get stronger. And Frieza was manipulating Goku. He was trying to get Goku to bring out that, like, Saiyan pride, that blood and all that, to where he wants to fight a stronger opponent. And what better way, or a better person to know this than Frieza himself? Frieza has direct ties to the Saiyans. He knows how Saiyans are. He knows how they love battling and fighting stronger opponents, stronger after stronger opponents. Frieza is very aware of this, but also he's very aware of Goku's character and Vegeta's character, so he knows how to manipulate them to where he can reach, other levels, but also allow another chance to fight Goku. Because we do know right now, Frieza wants to kill Goku, and he gets a promise that he can fight Goku once again. He's gonna take it, because he will never stop trying to kill Goku. He wants to kill him. So, getting that promise is kind of like the go-ahead. Like, Frieza's like, okay, I'll work with you. So, I'm excited. I'm actually excited to see the tension between these two characters and how Frieza tries to interact with Goku, because we know how much Frieza hates the Saiyans, how much he hates Goku, and we know how he kind of feels about Krillin as well. Look what he did in the Resurrection of Frieza arc. So, when you look at all these things and how these characters have so much history with Frieza, I'm really curious on how it's going to turn out and how Frieza is going to interact with some. I'm very curious to see how 18 is going to react with Frieza, because, I mean, think about it. Frieza killed Krillin, and I mean, imagine how 18 is going to react to Frieza, or 17, when they realized, someone they kind of care about was killed a long time ago. I could see them being kind of pissed at Frieza being like, whoa, what's going on here? Or I could see some form of exchange with Gohan and Frieza, because, I mean, look, Frieza and Gohan also have a history, too. I mean, look, Frieza beat the shit out of Gohan in the Resurrection of F, so I mean, Frieza's gonna probably say something to him. He's like, oh, you're my team leader. I could just see it right now. But it doesn't just stop there. Besides our group of characters, think about what he's going to do to the enemies. I mean, Frieza even states while talking to Goku, can I kill? Am I allowed to kill people, our opponents, in this tournament? He asked the question that we all know Frieza wants to do. This man has not killed someone in a very long time. Like, this man loves killing. So, actually, asking that type of question was very Frieza-like. Can I kill people? Goku's like, no, you cannot kill people. And he's like, oh, that's a shame, but I'll endure. So, what I'm assuming is, if Frieza's not going to be able to kill people, he's probably going to go out of his way to torment people. I can see it right now. I can see Frieza fighting, Khalifa or fighting Kaba, and he is just going to beat the ever-living shit out of both of these two characters, and he's just going to have a fun time tormenting them because, he's way stronger than a normal Super Saiyan now. I could just see him having complete fun with that. But then I can see, like, someone like Kel, that's like a legendary Super Saiyan, doing something to Frieza, and Frieza's like, what is this? Or Frieza has something to say about the legendary Super Saiyan, because Frieza knows about the legends as well, so maybe Frieza has something to say about Kel, too. Think about it. Who knows? So, yeah. With all that aside, there's another thing I need to discuss, which is Universe 4? I think it's 4? If I'm wrong, please forgive me. But I think it's Universe 4. So Universe 4, they are spying on our universe, Beerus' universe, where Goku and them are, setting up their teammates to bring to the Tournament of Power. They're spying on them, and they found out that Frieza is being resurrected and going to be participating with Goku's team. And they're discussing it, and basically the God of Destruction of that universe is setting something up to kind of do something. So we gotta see what's going on there. So, depending on how it goes, there could be some problems in the future episodes. Maybe Frieza might not be able to join the tournament if things go completely wrong. Or, Frieza's gonna have fun and probably get to kill a bitch. Who knows? We'll see where that goes. But yeah, overall, I think the episode of Dragon Ball Super, episode 93, was a very good episode. I had a lot of fun with it. It was an episode I've been looking forward to for the past couple weeks now, because ever since the reveal of Frieza supposedly was coming back, I have been really excited to see how this episode was of the anime. And here we go. Frieza's back. He's acting like he always did, and I mean, regardless if Frieza's mainly being brought back just to sell merchandise and make money for Toei, because we all know that's the truth. I mean, at the end of the day, Frieza sells like hotcakes. I mean, everybody likes Frieza. It's not just, the Japanese fans, but the American fans as well love Frieza. Regardless of how you feel about Frieza coming back a second time, the point stands is Frieza sells. He's someone that makes money. So, I could see why they're bringing him back for those reasons, regardless if it is for that. It's still nice to see him back. I can't wait to see more exchanges between him and the other characters. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.